Hi there, today I'm going to tell you how to increase your productivity after lunch and also get over that post-lunch slump that many of us seem to suffer. My name is Carl Craig West and I'm the founder of the smashingselfemployment.com and Auckland Business Builders Club business communities. And if you like this video, please share it out far and wide. I think a lot of people could probably do with this, especially if you're self-employed, because your productivity is key when you work for yourself. And remember to click on the like button. If you've got a comment, please let us know. And if you really like what we're doing, subscribe to the channel. If you're watching on YouTube, it would be great to have you on board. Okay, so why is it that we seem to get this mid-afternoon slump? Well, I don't know if you're aware, but you probably are aware, but not thought about it much, is that our energy levels throughout the day go up and down. So typically in the mornings we have a high testosterone level, so bizarrely enough, despite how you feel, your energy levels can be triggered into some quite high activity, which is why a lot of people, including me, like working out first thing in the morning. However, some people don't get going and feel that they've got energy until in the second half of the morning. Some people have high energy at night time and so on. So we all have different peaks and troughs throughout the day. But a very common situation with people who typically work in the day, often 9 to 5 or thereabouts, is that not long after lunch, we get into this feeling tired and sleepy phase, and it's the mid-afternoon slump or the lull, or depending on what you call it, doesn't really matter. So what can we do about this to enable us to have a little bit more focus, a little bit more energy, and as a result get that little bit more done in the afternoon when, to be honest, for many folks it's about the last thing they want to do? Well, the solution, or a commonly used solution that really does work, may surprise you, and it's as simple as going for a walk. Yep, that's it. Just go for a walk. But the key thing is that it stimulates all the body's hormones. It gets some endorphins going, it gets your heart rate up a little, maybe it makes you perspire a little, and what it does, it gets the body ready for work. So typically what happens, if you have a large lunch, a lot of your blood will rush to the digestive system to start digesting all of this stuff that you've just eaten. And of course, then your brain is very slightly depleted of blood, which means it's depleted of oxygen. Now, this is pure physiology here. So what we want to try and do is just kick that about a bit to help you in the afternoons. So typically, people have lunch, 12, 1-ish, etc. Lunch itself doesn't take particularly long. But what I'm suggesting here is that after lunch, give yourself 5 minutes rest and then just go for a short walk. Now, short, I mean about 10 minutes. You don't have to walk halfway up a mountain and back. You just need 10 minutes. The key is to focus on getting your heart rate up ever so slightly. You don't have to come back puffing, panting and sweating. We're not going out for a run or a sprint here, just a walk. All we want to do is to stimulate the circulatory system in the body, shove all the blood around the body, especially to the brain. And I promise you, when you next sit down to crack on with your work, you will feel far more energized than you ever would have done if you'd just sat down, relaxed and read something. Now, I know this sounds simple and it's dead easy to do, but let's bear in mind that if you get into the habit of doing this, your productivity after lunch will go up. You'll get so good at it. The great thing is, I couldn't imagine why, but let's say you've not been into exercise lately. It's a great way of kickstarting an exercise habit just by getting out of the house, if that's where you work, or the office, or wherever it is you are, for 10 minutes. Now, if it's raining, you're going to have to perhaps take some gear, perhaps an umbrella, a waterproof jacket, some waterproof shoes. I highly recommend it. But I promise you, when you get back after having gone for a walk, especially if you've had to prep for it, like putting on waterproofs, you will feel so much better. And I promise you, you will feel energized as a result. And that will then spur you on after lunch to get a load done. Now, the cool thing about this is once you develop this into a habit, the chances are good you will start walking more than 10 minutes, and it will go up and up and up. And that's only ever going to be good for you. And I promise you, if you go from 10 minutes to 15 minutes, you won't miss that 5 minutes. You go from 15 to 20, you won't miss that extra 5 minutes. But the whole point about it is just to get the system moving. So to sum it up, want to feel energized in the afternoon, want to be productive in the afternoon, after lunch, go for a 10-minute walk. Get your heart rate up ever so slightly. Like I said, we don't want to be sweating, puffing and panting. Get your breathing up ever so slightly, but I promise you it just works. I've been doing this for a long time and it just simply works. I exercise in the mornings, but I always go have a walk of some description during my lunch break. Why? Because I want to feel good in the afternoon. I want to have energy after lunch. I don't want at 3 o'clock to be struggling to stay awake. That's not what I want. So the key thing is do it. Simple, often not easy, but the more you do it, the easier it becomes. The easier it becomes, the easier it then will be to develop the habit. And like I said, if you've not been into exercise lately, why would you do that? Then this is a great way to kickstart a moving the body habit, even if you don't want to call it exercise. So as usual, got any questions or comments, please let me know below. It would be good to hear from you. But that's it from me. Share it out, click on like, subscribe, follow. That's it. Thank you very much for tuning in, and bye for now.